What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Wise Guys. It is NFL Week 4, and I got my man, superstar, sports bettor, Anthony Cuz Gargano with me. And you are a superstar in my book. You should know this, Anthony. You are, Cuz.
Well, I love you. You're my friend, and you're the sports bettor. I just give you my picks for the guy because I'm a nerd. You know where I'm at now? Geek. This is where I'm at now.
I see. We got football in the background.
Somewhere are my two kids in those helmets.
I see future NFL players in the background. That's what I see. The Gargano boys.
They're like the Bosa brothers.
That's right. It's going to be offensive line, defensive. It's good, like the Kelsey brothers. They'll have Taylor Swift showing up to watch him down the road.
How great was that? That's a great story. I can't get enough of that. It's the best.
You know, it's pretty rare that my wife wants to watch the game with me, cuz. And all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, watch the game. Oh, you want to watch the game with me? Oh, nice. Let's spend some time together." And she's like, "No. I want to tease Taylor. I heard Taylor's going to be there." It's like, "Oh, I thought you wanted to hang out with me." All right. Makes sense. So that was pretty good, though. I bet Kelsey to score a touchdown because come on.
You had to. Right.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
You don't think the whole team is like Taylor Swift is here,
right?
Give Kelsey a touchdown.
Got to get one, right? Right.
Like, have you met guys? Like, have you ever met dudes before? Because that was the most locked-in touchdown probably of my lifetime.
Yes.
Like guys, but we got a big one. We got a big one coming up. There are some spots I think that we're going to be excited about. There's one game that's I'm afraid to bet it until I talk to you. My hands are tied. Like, I almost can't pull the trigger until I talk to Cuz. But we'll get to that one. But let's talk about this early morning game on Sunday. You got the Falcons and the Jaguars playing in London, I think. Jaguars 3-point favorites in that one. Home. There's no home team when you're going to London.
No, I mean Jacksonville is as close as you're going to get because they play there all the time, and so there's a Jacksonville fan club that's pretty wide out there. I can't explain last week. There was something weird about the game. I think you and I talked about it. That kind of scared us. I got to be all over Jacksonville. I'm sorry. I'm gonna bite, and they're a better team than Atlanta. They just are. And I got to believe that they step up. I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll Jags.
Jags, I give it 3. It's tough. They played horrible. I don't know what's going on over there.
They play terrible. I mean, all that talent they have there. I mean, Kirk and Ridley. I mean, come on. Etienne. They got incredible talent there.
What's weird is it's the same crew from last year. It's not like something changed. The coaching staff is the same. This same team looks really good. Yeah, we're seeing a little of that in Chicago too. I don't know what's going on with these young QBs and just regressing. Over the break. But let's.
I'm going to ride. I'm going to ride again with Jacksonville. Again, last week I was a little scared off it, but I'm going to ride this week. I feel good about it. I do. I actually think Jacksonville is in a get-right spot, and I love them.
I love it. All right, next up, we got the Ravens at the Browns, a little AFC North showdown with the Ravens at +3 on the road here. I do have a spot in this one, but I want to get your take on it. Browns, they've looked good. They've looked bad. They've kind of looked all over the place. The defense is really good in Cleveland, though.
Yeah, defense is legit, man.
Yeah.
Well, it goes back to that D line, and Jim Schwartz has got some toys to play with, so he's doing a great job as the DC. I'm going to go Baltimore, though. I'm going to take the points with the Ravens. I still think this Ravens offense is potent. I know they got to get a run game going. Lamar's doing everything. And in a game, I still don't like Deshaun. I still don't like what Watson's showing me. He was better, obviously, last week. But I'm going to go Lamar. And I'm going to take the Ravens +3. I think the Ravens front is also good. Not as good as Cleveland's. But I'm going to take Baltimore. This is an epic battle between these two teams. And I'm going to take the Ravens.
I am with you. That's the side I'm on. I think a lot of the narrative here is how good the Browns defense is. But the Browns don't play well against good defenses either. Like Deshaun has not looked good in games when the defense is good, and that's what we're going to see here. So I think Ravens roll +3. I don't really get it. I can't believe they're an underdog. I thought the Ravens should be -3. So this one is just a number that's flipped for me. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to go Baltimore. It's a close game. So, I mean, it's not one of my favorite plays, but, I don't want to go, past every game. So I would give you Baltimore would be my side.
Yeah, I think you got to take the points here. I like it. It's one of my favorites of the week, actually. I really like this spot. All right. We got another sort of another interesting one here. Bengals at the Titans, right? The Bengals are 2.5-point road favorites in this game. And it feels to me a little bit like a strength on weakness matchup where the Bengals, they could throw and the Titans can't really stop the pass. And the Titans don't have a very good offense in general. So outside of the calf issue for Burrow, I don't see why the Bengals don't roll here. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not in love with the game. Again, this is kind of that trap kind of game where people go, look, Cincinnati's back. Cincinnati is ready to go, right? Because everybody watched the Monday night game. And I think this is a scary game. I got to tell you, I'd be afraid. I wouldn't, this would be a game, seriously, brother, I would not touch.
Interesting.
And I don't like laying. I think it's a little fool's gold, to be honest with you.
You think they're sucking us in with that 2.5?
Little sucker bet going on. I'm going to get in the car so I don't kill you with all this other stuff. So I wanted to show you the field.
I'm loving it.
I get you quiet in the car. So I had to give you that.
There we are.
Here we go, baby. So let's go. Keep it going, pal. Keep it going. You're the man. Geek.
My man. All right, next up, we got the Broncos at the Bears. 0-3, 0-3. Losers all over the place. The Broncos are 3.5-point road favorites in this one, cuz I lost your visuals. So I don't know what's going on. There he is. So the Broncos are 3.5-point road favorites. And this is a battle of like the teams that are terrible right now. I mean, have you ever seen a bigger beating than what the Dolphins put on the Browns? The Broncos quit last week. Why are they here?
They quit big time.
Are they still in the NFL after that?
I know. 70 spot. Are you kidding me? That was as ugly as you're going to get, man. That was bad. This Broncos team, listen, Sean Payton, it's not his team, right? Like, Wilson's not his guy. This is not his team. And this is what you're seeing. This is it. This is what you're seeing from that.
We might see Jared Studham in there.
Yes.
At some point. Like, what's the point of rolling Wilson out if you're stinking it up anyway? But if the Bears can't score in this game, cuz do we throw the towel in on Fields as well? Like, how could you not score on this Broncos team?
Yeah, I mean, look, they're a bad group. It's a bad unit. I got to tell you, this is it. Like to me, I have to be on Chicago in this game. I got to be on Chicago. Take the points. I got to be on Chicago in this game.
There's no way I'm betting this one, cuz no way.
No. You don't bet it. But if we're talking about who you like, I got to go Chicago because I just think that Broncos team is just a quit of a team. They're bad. They're underachieving. They're bad. I still think Chicago's got a little, I don't know. I mean, look, Fields has been a disaster. So, at some point, he's got to be in get right mode.
I don't know. Did they change the coaching? Why are they not? You watch the offense. Why is it not? Why are they just not running what works?
Yeah.
Like they had an offense that was working last year, and it was all designed runs, and you don't see any design runs. It's like they were like, no, we're not going to do that anymore because it worked.
Well, you know why?
What are you doing?
Because the problem is you can't expose your quarterback like that constantly. And sooner or later, he's got to throw it.
Yeah,
and that's the big.
I mean,
what's that?
They're about to bench him and kick him off the team. Like, what are you worried about? An injury? Let the guy run. Like, what are you doing? I don't understand.
It's just not sustainable is the problem, right? Like, I know you love your running quarterbacks,
I do.
Coaches, they just, again, you see what's going on with Hurts, right? Like, they're taking away the RPRs and the RPOs. Defense is like, yo, you guys better. Now Hurts is a good quarterback, right? So he's
Hurts is
able to
pro.
get the ball down the field. But like, that's where Fields has to be able to get the ball down the field. You got to throw it.
He does not even have the ability to look off his wide receiver. Like, I've never seen somebody so focused on the he just stares him down. Like, it is just very obvious where he's going with the football. He needs to learn to, but you can play the position when you're running around. Like, you can do that if you can scramble. The problem is they're not letting him scramble. Anyway, it's disgusting, but this could be the spot where it turns out. And I agree with you. I think you take the points and just cross your fingers and hope they suck less than the other team at that point. Because the game of the week, the one that everybody will have on, you might not even red zone this week. I'm going straight to watching the game in full, which I haven't done in a while, right? And that's Dolphins at the Bills. This is a battle for the AFC East, for the best team in the East. And right now, it looks like the Dolphins, right? They are playing lights out. The Bills are the defending champions. They're at home, 2.5-point home favorites, 53.5-point total in this game.
I love Buffalo. Love Buffalo. I think this is your correction. I think everybody's going to be on Miami because of the 70 burger and because they look at Buffalo and they're like a little, they don't really trust Buffalo that much. I love the Bills. This is a Bills. And the Bills will win this thing. I just feel so comfortable in this thing. I love Buffalo. I do.
I love your confidence. You're
on Miami, aren't you?
No, I didn't have a side here, so I didn't pick a side in this one. I think it's a tough game to call, but I understand your reason. Listen, Buffalo's at home. They're at home. You're right. Miami coming off the crazy game where they scored nonstop. Buffalo has a pretty good pass defense. Listen, I'm down with it. In DFS, I love me some Josh Allen. So, this is the game we're targeting in DFS this week like crazy. But Josh Allen especially. By the way, I texted you fire. I mean, I went back and looked at the text on Sunday that I sent you about the DFS plays. Open that bad boy up. If you want to see it. I was like, play Tank Dell, play Mike Williams. Those guys.
Oh my God. Everybody you said, dude, not for nothing. You are the greatest DFS mind that's ever lived.
I was waiting for the call from you on Sunday afternoon that you won $1 million. I was like, I fucking sent him fire.
Unfortunately, I didn't play any. Of course, I didn't play.
Isn't that how it goes down?
All right, you are a genius. Let me just tell you. Of course, I didn't play any DFS this week because something came up, and it's been kind of a hellish few weeks around the Gargano household. So I wound up not playing. And it was funny because I remember you saying Tank Dell, and in the back of my mind, as I was watching the games, I'm seeing who's scoring and everything else. I go, man, the Geek is the greatest DFS mind that ever lived.
I appreciate you, my man. I don't know about the greatest, but so every once in a while,
you know your stuff.
Every once in a while. But I love this game across the board. Everything about it. The Dolphins. So you look at the Dolphins side, and it's like, man, Waddle's going to go nuts in this one. He's coming back, and a lot of good stuff. So I'm with you though. I like your comfort on the Bills. Makes me feel comfortable.
I love.
All right.
I do.
Here's a spot. I can't wait to hear your take on this one. Vikings at the Panthers. Battle of 0-3 teams. Okay. The Vikings are 4.5-point road favorites in this one. And the Panthers are going back to the rookie Bryce Young at the QB position. Now, they were much, much more efficient last week with Red Dalton playing quarterback, but Bryce Young has been a turnover machine. So can the Panthers cover this plus 4.5 here? The Vikings also have been losing close games.
Yeah, no, I like Minnesota. And listen, you got to play. Like, you got to go play Bryce Young. Like, you're not trying to win. Like, you're trying to develop Bryce Young. So who cares about Andy Dalton, right? So Carolina's making the right move here. I just think this is Minnesota's much better than Carolina, much better. Like I think you're only getting the 4.5 because of the road and because it's 0-3. I feel great. In fact, I would tell people to take Minnesota in the survivor pools because I think it's just a much better play. You can get them out of the way, and they're going to win this game.
You know, Survivor, 40% of Survivor pools got knocked out with Dallas last week.
Yeah.
That was a chalk explosion like never before. Really, really good if you're in Survivor. And that was my side as well. I totally agree with you. Bryce Young is not good. Like, this dude is good for 3 turnovers a game. So they can't sustain drives. The Panthers are not sustaining drives right now. And the Vikings are like this team that has been losing games that they probably should have won they probably should have won at least one of those games, maybe more than one of them. It's been close every time. So I think this is when
listen, that offense, I'm not in love with their defense, but their offense is legitimate. And Brian Flores doesn't have a lot on the defensive side, but man, he knows how to call a game. I like Minnesota a ton. I think they win the game. I think they cover. I would even lay like pizza bet kind of things. Like, I could see a 24-6 win.
Absolutely. Totally agree. And if they were at home, I could see them easily winning by 10. All right. Steelers at the Texans coming up next, where the Steelers are on the road as well. 3-point road favorites. Texans team been playing pretty good with CJ Stroud, but this is a tough
we both like Houston. I know you liked him a lot last week.
Oh, CJ, I bet Houston. Man. It's unbelievable. We should have pizza bet it. You could have. We didn't even have to take the 7.5.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Pizza bet.
And I come back to him again. I come back to him again this week. Here's the thing: they're coming off the big win against the Raiders on Sunday Night Football in Vegas. Now you got to go to Houston. A lot less fanfare. I love the Texans again, and again, I think it's a cover piece. Steelers win, but I think Houston gets inside the number.
Yeah, I don't like those situations for a bet. So for me, this would not be bettable at the +3. Just for exactly what you said, I still think the Steelers win the game, and so I don't want to dance around that.
I know you're going, well, it's going to be 24-23, 20.
Yeah, it could be close, but
7.
My other thing
I like Houston. I just like Houston. I just think and that line is a Houston line. I think the sharp's going to be on the Texans.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I'm going to take the other side of this one. I'm going to go with the Steelers. I think I'd rather be on the Steelers side of that game, just because I think a rookie quarterback tends to do worse against the style of defense that the Steelers bring.
Yeah, listen to me. It makes perfect sense. Yeah. Why isn't that line 5.5?
It's because the Steelers can't have their offense is shit. Like there is a flip side to this one, which is Pickett hasn't been that good. The running game has been, and Texans defense has been good, but primarily it's because the Texans won as an underdog last week. That's really what's going on here. Is I think because the Texans won, they're like, oh, maybe they're better. So I think this is that swing that you always teach me about. Hey, we swing a little bit too far in the Texans being good category here.
All right, I'm gonna buy him though. I'm gonna buy him. So we'll go ahead. We'll go
head to head. That's a pizza. That's a Butler bet for the week.
No, it's not I'm not putting a Butler on that one.
Okay.
I'm definitely not putting a Butler.
No Butler on that. All right. Next up, this is an interesting one. Bucs at the Saints. The Saints are 3.5-point home favorites, rolling out Jameis Pick Sixton in this one against his old team, the Buccaneers, right?
I do this. I like Tampa.
3.5.
Like
tough game to call.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I would go Tampa. Other than, but I don't. I mean, I wouldn't bet it. I mean, it's an ugly game. I hate Jameis. I would if I had to pick, I would go Tampa, and go with the Buccaneers.
Baker Mayfield action.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree. I don't want to touch this game. I don't like this game for a bet at all. I don't really know how Jameis is going to look out there. Jameis didn't look good with the Saints last season. He didn't look particularly great. It wasn't like the version of Jameis that we saw with the Bucs that was the high-flying lunatic. It was really reserved. So I'm not sure what the story is with Winston, and I don't want to take my chances here. All right, here, this one's going to hit a little closer to home because the Commanders at the Eagles. We've been betting the Eagles every week. I haven't not bet the Eagles yet. And as a matter of fact, I think we pushed once and we won the other 2 bets so far this season. Can we go back to it at minus 8.5 at home? What's that?
Yeah, I go back in. They're the greatest gift, the Eagles. To keep on giving. And I say go back to them, man.
Yeah, no matter what the line is. You got to go with the Eagles.
You're going to get them under 10. So, like to me, look at this. Listen, this Washington team you saw last week, right? I mean, they got ugly against Buffalo, and it's a good story. That Eagles front is nasty. Nasty, that front. We always talk about, I was telling you on Monday night about that front and how they would control the game. And they control the game. Lay it, lay it, lay it.
The Eagles have been one of the, if not the top team in the NFL so far this season against the run. I don't know if that's well known, but they are killing it up front is right. And I think the Commanders, if they can't run the football, you're putting it in Sammy Howell's hands. I mean, he's not a 4th rounder because he was awesome.
Right.
So it's a tough spot.
I love the Bears. I love the Eagles. Love them all day.
And at home too. Yeah, me too. So I think Eagles bettable in that spot as well.
All right, real quick. Stop recording. Stop the recording real quick.
All right, next up is another game I got to play on, cuz. So I want your take on it. Raiders at the Chargers. The Chargers are minus 5.5 at home. I know you were a big fan of the Chargers coming into the season. They had some tough bounces, I guess. They're 1-2, but the Raiders are rolling out a backup QB, and whoever it is, he's trash.
Yeah, and here's the other issue. I mean, listen, first of all, it's the Chargers you got to play, but I got to say one thing. That coach is the worst coach.
He's so
bad.
They
could have been 0-3. Wait, are you kidding me? How not? First of all, how does Minnesota score there? When you look at Cousins has got to call. He's got to spike it, take a breath, call the play in the huddle on 2nd down, go score, and then finish them off because the Chargers are fatally flawed because of their coach, Brandon Staley. How do you go for it in that situation? That guy is the worst. The only reason why I like the Chargers is I like Herbert and I like their talent. But that coach is the worst. And now I gotta be on his side again because it's the Raiders are just a mess.
That franchise refuses to fire coaches too. They stick with bad people for way too long in San Diego. Well, not San Diego anymore, but LA. But they stick with bad coaching for way too long. I agree though. Listen, minus 5.5. What are they, nuts? How are the Raiders going to score in this game? I hammered this line. I thought it was going to be minus 10 by now. Like I thought this line was going to move even further. I don't get this number one bit. This is my favorite play of the week. Just play the Chargers at home against the Raiders team with Brian Hoyer.
Yeah.
You kidding? Who the hell is going to score for them? No. Load up on the Chargers this week. Not financial advice. Okay. Cardinals at the 49ers. 14-point road underdog Cardinals coming off the win against Dallas. Can they do it again, cuz?
No.
Hell no.
No, the Cowboys aren't as good as we thought because everybody thought that they were great. And they're good, but they're not above a trap game. And remember, look, they had some miscues early. Their defense, you lose Diggs, trying to change things a little bit. They came out flat. So Arizona held on and won. They ain't beat the Niners, man. No way are they beating the Niners.
Can I lay the 14?
Yes. I feel comfortable in saying that. And I hate laying 14. But I think this is a Niners romp all day long.
I totally agree. You don't pull that off twice in a row, Cardinals. Sorry, guys. And you could feel comfortable with the 49ers as your survivor if that's how you want to go this week. After last week. All right, a couple more here to cover because Patriots at the Cowboys. bounce back game for the Cowboys. I guess they're 6.5-point home favorites.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable laying that. I would buy down to 3. Right? You want to tease it. Lay half a point with a teaser. I feel better that way. 6.5 is fat. It's fat, and you got that New England team. I don't like them, but they can stay in a game, man. That Belichick I still got a weird thing that he scares me. So I don't want to lay it. And again, if I would tease it at 6.5, it's a great teaser number.
Yeah, I love it. I love it for a teaser. I definitely think the Cowboys win the game. I think you can actually lay the full amount, but I love my teasers, my sleazy teasers. I got a bunch of them going. I got some teasers I'm going to be giving out in the Sharp app Discord as well in my channel. So if you're not signed up at Sharp, make sure you get in here and check that out. And guys, make sure you like and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content, and join Cuz content. It's the best content. So if you're enjoying it, hit the like button, let us know you're out there, and drop a comment on your favorite game to bet against the spread this week and your favorite side. All right, let's finish it up with the Chiefs.
And I need to apologize to the audience and to Geekus because I'm at football practice and you've seen the sun set. So I am now almost in complete darkness. And I want to thank the Geek for making this work for me because it's been a difficult week. And I love hanging with my man. And so even though I'm now a shroud of darkness here at the football field, I was no better place I want to be.
I love it. Now, there's one more very bettable game here, Cuz. The Chiefs at the Jets. Why are the Chiefs only -8.5? I mean, T-Swizz is going to be at the game.
Yeah.
Taylor's coming to New York.
I know. You know what's funny?
I might need to go to this game.
Something you should. There's something shady about this game. Like it seems too easy for them to roll, doesn't it? Like they're just rolling people.
Don't overthink it. This is the Jets. Zach Wilson is the quarterback. Unless they're thinking maybe they'll bust out Trevor Siemian. Like Zach Wilson is the quarterback. This guy's terrible.
I saw my man Beningo texting Robert Saleh saying, "Dude, you can't die with this guy. You're going to sink with him."
Tiki Barber was upset, but you know what? Joe B was right. Get out of it. What is Saleh thinking? Zach Wilson is terrible. 3 years he's been on the team. He has not had a single good game. And they've won games, but despite him, he hasn't had one game where I was like, oh, that looks like an NFL quarterback. And I watched the games. So, I have hope. Like, I want to believe, but I'm like, this kid is just not it.
I know.
He's not it.
I feel bad for you Jet fans. No, he's not. No, he's not.
You talk about the sleazy teaser. Take the Chiefs. If you're not comfortable,
like Chiefs, I like Chiefs Cowboys is a great teaser.
Yeah. Knock off the 6. Knock off the 6 on the Cowboys. You're just betting on each team to win. The Cowboys are winning. The Chiefs are winning this game. Do not worry about it. Even if the Chiefs were down 14, like if they were down by 14 points halfway through the third quarter or the fourth quarter, I'd still be betting on the Chiefs.
My man Spags is going to torture Zach Wilson.
They're not losing that game. Absolutely not. No. So you could load up on that game. You don't even need to tease it. I think you can lay the 8.5, but I'll tease it because I love teasing that number down. Give me that one. The Cowboys. There's a few other spots here. Throw the 49ers in that teaser if you need to. Give me the Chargers in there. All these teams that we just talked about, you could add a few points to them and lock it in for the big tease. All right, that's going to do it for the Wise Guys NFL Week 4. We will see you guys next week.